Marc-Andre Fleury, Matt Murray and their lasting friendship formed in Pittsburgh. The text was short and sweet, but it was the start of a friendship that continues today despite a difference in uniforms. Matt Murray had just won the 2014-15 Red Garrett Memorial Award as AHL Rookie of the Year when his phone buzzed. It was a text from Marc-Andre Fleury, who was coming off of his 10th NHL season. It was a simple message congratulating him on the great season that ended with "See you in training camp." The two didn't realize that a little more than a year from that moment they would be helping the Pittsburgh Penguins to the first of two Stanley Cups, two championships that both would play an integral part in as the franchise slowly experienced a changing of the guard and goal. On Thursday afternoon, Penguins head coach Mike Sullivan made it official. Murray would return from a lower body injury that's kept him out of the lineup since November 27 to start against the Vegas Golden Knights. It was a piece of news that completed the intrigue into the first meeting between the two teams this season. Earlier this week, Fleury played his first game in over 2 months after dealing with a concussion. It was a warm-up game for the real main event, a game against his old club and the chance to stare down at the other end of the rink and see his former mentee between the pipes. "It's exciting for me. He was definitely my mentor, the biggest mentor I've had in my pro career," Murray said on Wednesday. "I wish I had more time to study under him and more time to be around him, but unfortunately we're on different sides now." The writing was on the wall at the start of the 2016-17 NHL season. With Murray's emergence during the 2016 Stanley Cup playoffs and an expansion draft looming in June 2017, it was clear that Fleury's time in Pittsburgh was coming to an end. And while other general managers may have tried to swing a deal in order to get something in return for their player, Jim Rutherford, a former goaltender himself, knew how vital it was for the team to have a two-headed monster. He saw how important it was during the run the previous spring, and with the Penguins going for back-to-back championships, it wasn't going to happen without two trustworthy goaltenders that Sullivan could call upon. Fleury sticking around through the end of last season proved vital as he grabbed the starter's reins again after Murray got hurt before their first playoff game. As he did the previous postseason, Murray regained the No.1 job and led the Penguins to a second straight cup. All of that doesn't happen if Murray isn't sharing the net with a veteran like Fleury, and learning as much on the ice as he was off of it. "I don't know where I would be without Fleury's mentorship, his advice," Murray told me after the 2016 Cup final. "There was a couple of times where I was struggling throughout the playoffs and even during the season, and I think that's normal for a rookie. This is my first time in the league and first time going through this. Of course I had some ups and some downs. He was there all the way through to help me through the downs. I'll remember our friendship forever." While some may have wanted to paint an icy rivalry between the two, it was never like that for them. They wanted to help each other, which in turn would benefit the team. When it was crystal clear Fleury's days in Pittsburgh were numbered, it was about supporting the young goaltender to handle the rigors of being a full-time No. When the lower body injury took out Murray before their first game against Columbus in round 1 last spring, the final love-in for Fleury began. He helped the Penguins dispatch the Blue Jackets in 5 games and once again knock out the Washington Capitals in 7 games. After Pittsburgh dropped 2 of the first 3 games of the Eastern Conference Final against the Ottawa Senators, Sullivan turned back to a healthy Murray, who would start their final 10 games, which ended with another championship. Fleury may not have finished the job last June in Nashville, but he was a big reason why they were there in the first place, and a huge reason why Murray, the one in net when the clock hit 0 o'clock at Bridgestone Arena in Game 6, was prepared for the moment. The celebration in Nashville was one of the final times Murray and Fleury were together. Everyone knew it was Fleury's last try and the emotions poured out from his teammates. And when Fleury did his final cup raise as a Penguin, he gave it a kiss and turned to seek out Murray. He would find him and after exchanging words, he handed off the trophy to his crease mate. That decision will stay with Murray forever. It means everything to me, honestly, Murray said after Fleury's cup pass. The fact that he handed me the cup there, that was one of the most special moments in my life, for sure. Ask Fleury what was special about his time sharing a crease with Murray and he'll tell you winning. After a dinner with former teammates Wednesday night, they'll be opponents on Thursday inside T-Mobile Arena. There will be some fun trash talk during the game from both the Penguins and the goaltender himself, who's known to dish it out pretty good. Then the 2 teams will go their separate ways until February 6 when Vegas travels to Pittsburgh for the first time. That's when there will be an outpouring of love from the city where he grew up as a professional and began raising a family. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, one of Fleury's biggest fans will be on the other side of the ice once again, and memories of their time winning back-to-back championships will resurface. That's what it's all about. Being able to share it with a good young goaltender who's going to have a good future, Fleury said. I was fortunate to share that with him. Sean Leahy is a writer for Pro Hockey Talk on NBC Sports. Drop him a line at blog@nbcsports.com or follow him on Twitter at Sean_Leahy.